All right, good evening. This is a Washington, D.C. hotel rant, and it's specifically for family members. All right, so what prompted this? What prompted this was some experiences I've had at our family groups. You know, I ran a Monday night group and I ran a Wednesday night group this week, and I also had several situations where I was interacting with family members one-on-one, and a theme came up. And when a theme comes up, I like to talk about it because I like to try to give you information, and we know if this is what's happening on the ground, then it's probably affecting a lot of people out there. So as we were talking through this, these were all parents. They were all moms, actually, who were dealing with, I think there was a daughter and a couple sons. I think that's how the demographics sort of broke down. And they were dealing with everything that goes along with active addiction. And we all know what that is. It's all the bad stuff, right? As they say, jails, institutions, and death. All that really legitimate worry, anxiety, stress. I mean, the type of stuff that you can't look at somebody and say, you shouldn't worry about that. You should put that out of your mind, Mrs. Jones. You can't say that because it's legit. Now, we try to help them deal with that, try to find ways through that, but it's legit stuff. I mean, it would be weird if they weren't worried about some of those things in today's world. So, you know, we talked a lot about that, but then this was the theme that came up. In almost all these cases, they were talking about people in their lives who were just chattering at them and talking about them and criticizing how they were handling the situation. Mostly family members, believe it or not. You know, sometimes it was grandma, sometimes it was an aunt, sometimes it was an uncle, sometimes it was a brother, whatever it might be. They were giving them all this advice, unsolicited usually. You know what I would do? I'd kick the bum out. If that was me, I'd kick the bum out. You know, if that was my kid, he wouldn't be talking to me that way. If that was my kid, I'd tell you what, I'd pull him out of school like that. You know, so here's a couple things. The first thing is, no, they wouldn't. They're full of it. They're armchair quarterbacking it. And if they were in your shoes, they would probably do the same thing you're doing. The second thing is, you got enough on your plate. And we've talked about this before on here. You have an anxiety, stress, worry bucket that's overflowing already. And the last thing you need is the peanut gallery, chattering, yammering on about what they would do. And here's the other thing. Share this video and share this video with people in the peanut gallery. So here's what I'm talking to you now. I'm talking to the Greek chorus. I'm talking to the peanut gallery. I'm talking to the critics. I'm talking to the judgmental, perfect parents. I'm talking to the people who whisper behind people's backs. What did they do? What kind of parents were they? I'm talking about the people who send letters and berate people about losing their daughter. Making completely outrageous statements about she was a terrible example. I'm talking about people who, I'm talking about people who don't even have kids. How about that? Now, we've talked about this before. There's a special place in hell for those folks. You know, in hell, you got those cubicles, and there's a special place designated just waiting for people who don't have kids that want to criticize parents and how they handle folks in active addiction. Here's what you got to do with that, guys. You got to develop this ability to compartmentalize. That's the first thing. You got to put those people, those chatterboxes, in a box and put it on a shelf and say, I'm ignoring everything that they say. The second thing is, to the best of your ability, cut them out of your life. Find a way to get them out of your life. I don't know what that looks like. Don't take the phone call when it comes in, or if you got to get on the phone, make it a really short phone call. If it's a coworker, avoid personal conversations. You do not need those disingenuous, judgmental people in your life. All right. So that's the advice for today. Take it. It's been coming up a lot. I know if you're out there and if you're a parent dealing with this, you probably can relate. Put them on a shelf. Peace.